to the Financial Literacy Seminar Series. Our speaker today is Nick Maynard from Doorways to Dream Fund. Welcome, Nick.
Thank you, Anna. It's great to be here.
You will be talking about financial entertainment today, but what is financial entertainment?
Financial entertainment is the exciting interaction between cutting-edge financial education and video games. Now, we all know that folks are playing video games in large numbers. The most recent statistics about Angry Birds indicate that that game has been downloaded over 700 million times. So what we're doing is taking something that consumers are already doing, and we're marrying that up with fun motifs and frames, and then building financial lessons into the games.
Is there a financial education component in games?
Absolutely. So every game that we've put out in our library has a core objective set of 3 lessons within the game. So for example, we've launched 6 titles. One, Celebrity Calamity, is very much focused on credit cards and spending, taking control of your money when things might seem out of control. Groove Nation, which is the world's first ever dance budgeting game, marries up the topic of budgeting, using budgeting as a tool to save and reduce debt, with the fun and interesting and excitement of being in a dance competition. We have another game that's been received a number of awards, Farm Blitz, which takes the farm motif and puts you in the role of harvesting crops and so forth. And then it allows you to learn about interest compounding through visual metaphors like trees that grow very slowly at low annual percentage rate, and rabbits that grow very fast at high annual percentage rate. And the goal is to have lots of trees and not a lot of rabbits. And then we also have a game that's very much focused on tax time savings called Refund Rush, which we put the player in the role of being a tax preparer, which puts them in a job and gives them something interesting and exciting to do. And they help people spend that refund and hopefully save part of it as well. And then in addition, we have a game which I'll spend most of my time today talking about called the Bike Club. And the Bike Club is a retirement savings simulator wrapped in a lot of vampire world. And so we've taken the excitement that folks see and are engaged with vampires, and we've put them in a simulator where they go from being in their early 20s until their late 60s, and they accomplish that in about 30 minutes.
I have to say, I haven't heard the word vampire and retirement saving together often. So which idea are you trying to use here, and which analogies is there between vampire and retirement saving?
So we're using vampires as a way to engage the audience and to allow us to extend out from the game and present something that's different than traditional communication or marketing around retirement savings. And so vampires is really the theme and the motif. But the core aspect of the game is that you are practicing for 15 rounds how to pay down debt as a retirement strategy. So you have student loans and credit card debt that you need to pay down. You have to learn to save, and we have a 401k model in the game. You're given offers like in open enrollment, and you can make deferrals, and those deferrals are locked for a certain period of time until further open enrollment. And then in addition, you have to balance throughout the simulator needs versus wants. And those needs versus wants tie into the activity of running a vampire day club for a whole community of vampires that want to dance and hang out and just have fun. And that relaxes the player as they experience this, what can be, as we all know, a very stressful financial topic. So we're really bringing the two together in one world for folks to learn a lot and hopefully build financial capability.
So since this deals with retirement saving, perhaps it could be added to workplace financial education programs.
Absolutely. We've seen that the games like the Bike Club, as well as all of our games, are a potential addition to employer-based efforts to educate and extend out their reach. It's especially effective in a world where employers have to reach lots of folks who are in multiple geographies, span multiple areas, maybe on different time clocks. And so games, because they're online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, can potentially reach folks with financial education. We've also seen, not just with employers, we've tested our games with community colleges, the military, financial services firms, and so forth. And we've seen lots of different avenues for the games to reach thousands, if not millions, of consumers and to take them to scale. And that means that we're basically being able to impact and reach that audience that is interested in games and then get them into something that has more of a financial education component to it.
Given what you just said, is there also evidence that these financial literacy games work? Do they affect behavior, expectations, knowledge?
So we're very passionate about assessment and measurement, and we've built that into our work from the beginning of this innovation. And so we have a way that we think about that on a couple different steps. The first is, can we engage consumers? And so we've measured that by launching the library of games. In about 18 to 20 months of deployment, we have over 350,000 players, 250,000 plays of all the games, translating into about 90,000 hours of financial education. And that's by presenting a video game and not necessarily requiring someone show up and attend an event and so forth and so on. The second layer we look at is knowledge and self-confidence, and using the National Endowment of Financial Education metrics to do that. And so we build into the game development process, and then in small sample testing after each game is launched, we do pre and post testing, and we see, did your knowledge go up in the areas that the game teaches, and did your confidence go up in the areas where the game teaches? And we see that across all of our games, and it's exceptionally strong in two of our titles, Farm Blitz and Celebrity Calamity, because of the topics of interest compounding and credit, having such low knowledge going into the experience of playing the game. In addition, when we work with partners like our partnership at Staples, we've looked at ways to measure additional engagement, and that's the next step, is we want to see folks playing the games and then taking action. And so one of the things I'm going to talk about today is what we've observed of folks engaging with Bike Club and then taking a positive action in their 401k retirement plan. The estimated numbers are around 11%, putting it into a game frame. That's very exciting leading evidence. And then finally, we've done our own small sample randomized experiment where we took 100 folks who were low to moderate income. We put them in a situation where they would play Farm Blitz. We took another 100 randomly selected, and we put them in a situation where they read traditional online materials about the same subject matter. And in the outcome of that, we saw that there was a higher likelihood, if you played Farm Blitz, to take a real world action afterwards, like make a savings pledge, ask for more information about how to save, or even buy a US savings bond. So we definitely want to make further investments in research, larger samples, larger studies to understand what's going on here, because we're very interested in the leading evidence. And that leading evidence, we hope, will get to the next steps in our approach, which is behavior change and positive financial outcomes. We want to see those household balance sheets improving.
What you have just said is really important. And can you just say, given that you have developed a library of games now, what do you think is the main takeaway from this work?
I think there's a couple of takeaways. The first is that these games can engage an audience, and potentially an audience that might not otherwise engage with traditional communications or traditional financial education, or may just be too busy in their daily lives attending school or being in a job with a family to be able to do something where it's place-based or in a traditional setting. And so games have the ability to engage a large audience, and it puts the experience in a different frame. So it also is de-stressing the experience of the individual. Secondly, what we've learned is that the games can be deployed in lots of different outcomes and settings. And so we have a variety of distribution partners, employers, military, financial services firms, community organizations, government, and so forth. So, once built, the games can go lots of places and impact lots of different folks. And then in addition, I think what we've seen is through the research that there is some leading evidence here that once playing a game and with the right social marketing and communication, there can be a link to building financial capability and having people improve their financial balance sheets at the end of the day, which has us really excited.
Well, I look forward to playing and learning more about this game today. I have to say, I have played Celebrity Calamity and Farm Blitz, and I love them.
Great. Well, thank you.